Welcome back to Mixtape 51. I'm Jade, and on this channel, I discuss everything photography. Recently, I read two articles in a zine that I get from Framelines. They really inspired me when it came to discussing story within photography. They weren't specific to that, but they really highlighted that. And I find storytelling in my photography to be really challenging. And so I was thinking it might be challenging for others out there that might watch the channel, and it might be good to cover these two articles because they were inspirational to me, and I was thinking they might be inspirational to you. And so often, so much of the conversation is around gear, and instead of the topic that I think is so much more important to cover, which is storytelling and incorporating that. So let me go ahead and dive into it. All right, the first article I wanted to highlight in this episode is on Adlai Shell, a younger guy, and he created a body of work that is based on his first car, his friends, and LA that he grew up in. And I just think this is such a genius concept for a body of work and telling a story. Because everyone can connect with that. Everyone, well, I think for the most part, has had a first car. And that first car you usually were in love with. And so taking compositions based on, your first car, your friends, and LA, what a concept. And it's obviously connected with people. I mean, he's gotten a New York Times article, and he's now transitioning the work into an exhibition and as well a book. It does seem he's changing the storyline for the exhibition and book to discuss more of the unsustainability of cars, and revolving the theming around more of that. But again, that's a very relatable topic that people can connect with. And in this article, they don't even discuss the camera that he was using, and you ultimately don't care because you're connecting with that storyline. So great article to read in Framelines. I'm not showing every bit of the article to be respectful to the work that they've put in and not giving it away in this video. I tried to show some more of his work through his website, but highly recommend getting the zine or their printed copy of the zine. But let me move on to the next one that as well was in Framelines. The last article that I wanted to cover is on Bumdog Torres, and this is a homeless gentleman that lives in LA. He's created a series of images that are based on self-portraiture that involve various mirrors in various settings, and the images are really, really unique. Each one tells kind of its own story depending on, where he's taken the image and the mirror. And also, I think with this series, self-portraiture is something that you can connect with. The fact that he's doing in LA is another thing you connect with. And a big part of the story here is the fact that he's homeless. He got inspired by Vivian Meyer's work and realized that he could utilize just an everyday iPhone to take the images that were inspiring him, get them uploaded. Now, gear is a factor in this one as far as him taking advantage of an iPhone and its capabilities. But I think it's inspiring that he's not utilizing a professional camera to create this body of work that people have connected with. So much so that he has his own Squarespace website, which I don't have a Squarespace website. I unfortunately don't have enough demand for my work to justify the cost of a Squarespace website. So he must be selling a lot of work, which is brilliant. And again, I think this really shows where someone's story and the story that they're telling in their images have really made the difference. And I have to tell you, I went out yesterday to shoot, and again was with shooting this particular topic for an episode, I was trying to keep it relevant in my mind about storytelling, and I really suck at it. A lot of times I'm just going out to have an adventure with my camera and just capture what I can, but that's not really going to connect with people as much as images that have a body of work that has a story attached to it, or maybe images that have powerful stories within them. And I'm trying to keep that in mind more and more so that I can have my work be more relatable and something that people can connect with. Now, I still think it's incredibly valuable to just go out with your camera and shoot for the hell of it, because it gets you out and it gets you on an adventure. It gets you using your camera. It gets you utilizing that more creative side of your brain. But at the same time, I think it's also powerful to keep in mind storytelling and trying to utilize that more in your work. At least that's what I'm trying to do for myself. So, but with that all being said, I hope this was helpful to you. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.